I'm going to teach you 4 unique eye contact methods so you can make a stronger connection with your audience and have more flexibility when public speaking. Let's get started. I'm David Baker, and this is number 3 in the video series about how you can become a more confident, effective, and persuasive public speaker. If you haven't seen the other videos in this series, you can find information in the description below. I have more than 20 years experience in this field, both as a speaker and an instructor. And all the insights I'm sharing today are ones I learned through personal experience. So please, consider this one-on-one coaching, and it's my pleasure to help you succeed. And in fact, that's the purpose of this channel. So what is eye contact? It's when you, as a speaker, visually connect with your audience, and it's really important. Furthermore, new public speakers often struggle to make eye contact well. So let me know in the comments down below, do you struggle to make eye contact? And if so, why? Method 1, pretend to make eye contact. Did he just say pretend to make eye contact? Yes, I did. Your ears are working fine. Why would anyone in their right mind pretend to make eye contact? It turns out there are times when you can, and when you should, and even when you must pretend to make eye contact. I realized this when giving a speech to a few hundred people. Because of the stage, the distance from the audience, it was impossible to make direct eye contact with anyone. The best I could do was to look around the room at different groups of people. Later, I wondered if I was with a smaller group, could they tell if I was looking at them directly or not? So I decided to test it. And in one of my classes, I looked at a student who was about 12 feet away. I looked right over the top of his head. And I said to him, "Henry, am I looking directly at you?" And he nodded his head. Yes, I think you are. But I wasn't. I was looking at the student right behind him, but Henry thought I was looking directly into his eyes. That was a moment of sweet realization. When you look at a small cluster of people sitting together, if you look at them generally, right over their heads, at their foreheads, whatever, they will all feel like and assume you're looking directly at them. Knowing this is super helpful, and here's why. Consider a 4-minute speech. Is there time to make individual eye contact with all 30 people in 4 minutes? Maybe. Is that the best use of your time and focus as a public speaker? I don't think so, probably not. New public speakers often have a lot of anxiety because they're trying to implement lots of tips and techniques and strategies that they've been taught. And so when they try to do eye contact, sometimes it makes them freeze or lose the place of where they are in their speech. So if pretending to make eye contact reduces someone's stress level, helps them be more effective, and even lets more of their audience feel like, oh, they looked at me, then I say, go for it. I've actually seen this technique help many of my students in real life. Method 2, plant a friendly face. New and intermediate level public speakers can benefit from having someone they know and trust, a friendly face, sit near the front of the audience. At the beginning of their speech, they can make eye contact with that person and really speak to that person to help them be comfortable and successfully start their speech. Why should you do this? Well, number 1, it can really reduce speaking anxiety and get you off to a good start. Number 2, the planted person can give you other kinds of feedback. They can tell you, hey, smile, slow down, breathe. Method 3, leverage your eye contact. What does leveraging your eye contact mean? It means when there's an audience member that's really getting you, feeling your groove, you can tell, wow, this person's on the same wavelength as me. Then you know you have a special chance to make eye contact really matter. So how do you recognize this? Well, you have to be paying attention, and when you see someone who's nodding their head or maybe has a tear in their eye because they're touched, when someone smiles, then that's when you look at that audience member because they're really connecting with what you're saying. And you might, in some cases, even want to acknowledge that. Oh, this lady really gets it. Or, yeah, I can see this gentleman's been there. Leveraging your eye contact in this way has two benefits. First, it helps you build really strong rapport with an audience member. Second, it engages the other listeners because they realize the speaker's paying close attention to us as an audience, so I better stay alert and stay engaged, or he might say something to me. Method 4, avoid making eye contact. Hold on a second. So you're saying an eye contact method is avoiding eye contact? In a few situations, it's actually better to not make eye contact. Let's say you're retelling a very moving, deep, emotional story. If you take time to look and focus on the audience members and make eye contact, you'll actually break the flow of the story. So stay immersed. And don't worry about looking at the audience, just tell the story in the most mesmerizing way you can. Secondly, if you're leading a group of people, there might be times when you have to deliver some tough news. For example, if you're managing some people and you're going to have to make some layoffs, some cuts. Sorry, someone's going to have to go. 3 people are going to be laid off before the end of the year. After you give that news, you don't want to look directly at someone, or they, or someone who saw you look, might assume who's going and who's not. So you can see in the 2 cases I just mentioned, making eye contact might harm more than it helps. That brings us to the end of the 4 eye contact methods. Please make sure to subscribe, ring the bell, and share this video. If you have any questions or comments about how to use eye contact effectively, please put them in the comments below. If you really want to improve your all-around public speaking abilities, then make sure to watch all the videos in this series. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, have big dreams, big thoughts, and big actions, because they will help you soar to success.